So, let me step back. Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel, friends. We are doing a countdown, okay? I have relocated to the beautiful prairie city of Winnipeg for a temporary time. I'm going to be here for, I guess, 28 days. So, the problem is, that there is a high rate of crime here, and I'm situated in the downtown. So every day that I go outside, there is a high risk that I will be mugged or stabbed. Personally, I don't like that idea. I don't like that possibility, but we have to live with it. It's unfortunate. The taxi cab on the way here, took a taxi from the airport. He was Indian, and he kept telling me about the Red Indians. And I was like, okay, I don't know, you're not on board with what's going on. You're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to identify a specific group. That's not allowed. Okay. But I guess he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, I will do a daily video. If I miss a video, don't worry, I'm probably not dead. If I miss 2 videos, I still might not be dead. Honestly, my record here, I'm not very consistent. But I'm going to try to do one every day at least. So if I stop, I might be dead. Which is, it happens. Happens to everybody. So I just want to say, traveling here was not that bad. Taking the flight. Not the worst, could be a lot worse. But I got an email the day of 2 days ago from, not from the airline I took, but from Air France. Dear valued customer, environmental transition is one of the greatest challenges facing our industry. The climate emergency has prompted us to reduce Air France's fossil fuel consumption, the main source of our CO2 emissions, as rapidly as possible. We've set ourselves a target of a 30% reduction in CO2 emissions per passenger kilometer by 2030. Compared to 2019, that's translating into a 12% reduction in total CO2 emissions. So they're going to reduce their total CO2 emissions by 12% from now until 2030. You know, if you just, I mean, I know I don't want to sound like a WEFer, a WEF scumbag, but if you just cut all travel in half, you would reduce your CO2 by 50%. So I don't know what kind of, they're not too serious, but okay. Wait. I misread that. They're going for a 30% reduction, which is, I don't, you know, I know I come on the channel and I sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I kind of do. I'm a simple fellow, though. When you start throwing the numbers at me, I know you're lying. It's how it goes, all right? Because for a fact, every time you have numbers, it's like it's this parable. I think it's an Aesop fable that my grandma told me about the monkey who was dividing cheese between 2 cats, and every time one cat said the other cat has a bigger piece of cheese, the monkey would eat a bit of the cheese over there. And it kept on going till the monkey basically ate all of the cheese. So that's how it works with these kind of statistically driven, technocratic, climate-saving endeavors. So whatever they say, whether they say 30%, 12%, you shouldn't cotton up to that. I don't know if cotton up is racist. But anyway, the validation of this target by the independent reference body SBTI, Science-Based Target Initiative, on the basis of scientific criteria, confirms that our decarbonization trajectory is in line with the Paris Agreement's objective of limiting global warming to less than 2 degrees Celsius. So there's an organization, there's the Paris Agreement, they brought it up, they're name dropping. You know, I know this. I wish I could name drop. I don't know anybody cool. Between 2005 and 2019, Air France already reduced its total CO2 emissions by 6%. And this is continuing with the purchase of new generation aircraft that consume 20 to 25% less fuel. which will make up 45% of our fleet by 2025, 70% of their fleet by 2030. And eco-piloting, in particular, taxiing on one engine and adapted flight paths. An additional decisive means of reducing emissions is emerging sustainable aviation fuel. Sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, a non-fossil fuel source that does not compete with the food chain, and reduces CO2 emissions by an average of 80% over its life cycle compared to fossil fuel. I don't know how they do the math. Again, I don't trust them. 80%? That means 40% tops. That's my guess. Since the 1st of January 2022, France regulations have required us to incorporate an average of 1% sustainable aviation fuel on flights departing from France. In 2025, this will rise to 2%, then to 5% in 2030. For all flights departing from Europe. Wow, 5% SAF, which means that the 80% reduction, do the math, multiply it, divide it, I don't know. With a piece of paper, I'm actually okay at math, but I'm no whiz kid. In line with its decarbonization trajectory, Air France is aiming to incorporate at least 10% SAF worldwide in 2030 on its entire global network. Listen, if the SAF is just as good as the AF or BAF, bad aviation fuel, or unsustainable UAF, I don't know. Anyway, if the SAF is that good, they're not just going to go for 10%. They'd be like setting a 50% or more. But probably making it as intensive, there are probably all kind of limitations on how it's made, on the process. And when it comes down to it, it'll probably be just like the whole lithium batteries where somebody has to dig it up out of the ground for you, releasing so much carbon in the process. So it's, I don't believe these people. Anyway, Air France made a commitment to suppliers Total Energies, Neste, and DigiFuel to secure part of its future supplies. So this is what it comes down to. They're getting the energy from energy brokers, sustainable energy brokers, the new oil barons, and they can only get like up to 10%. That's what they're hoping for. I don't know. To accelerate the incorporation of this type of fuel and the reduction of its emissions, Air France will be increasing the sustainable aviation fuel amount included in the price of each ticket from the 10th of January 2023. The amount will vary between 1 and 8 euros in the economy cabin and between 1.5 and 24 euros in the business cabin, depending on the distance. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you financialize this nonsense in the previous video, I shouldn't be paying that fee. You should be paying that. You should be forcing somebody who already made billions or trillions to pay that fee, not me. Now, I'm not saying that they actually should be paying Air France. I don't think so. The way I do it, I would structure it a whole lot differently, but nobody's allowing me to structure anything. Anyway. You can also voluntarily contribute. You can also voluntarily contribute to the purchase of additional sustainable aviation fuel when you book your ticket. Every euro paid is fully invested in the purchase of SAF. If you're a member of our Flying Blue loyalty program, you can contribute to the purchase of SAF by using your miles and also earn additional XP. It's like a fucking RPG. God, whatever. Thanks to your contributions and those of our corporate customers, we already used 16,075 tons of SAF in 2022 and reduced our CO2 emissions by over 40,000 tons in this way alone. We thank you for your continued support and loyalty. How do you feel having heard that? I don't know if you feel the same way I do. I feel like I told you so. And it's not even a told you so. This is not complicated. These people are not out there to help you. They never were. Do not trust them. It's that simple. I'm here. I'm going to go out. gonna go for a walk, gonna see the forks, gonna enjoy the wild winter nature of Canada. And I hope I don't get stabbed, but if I do, I hope it doesn't happen. I don't want to bleed out or anything like that. But if I do, I will leave behind a world that is incapable of correcting itself because you keep on allowing very stupid people, very greedy, spineless, gutless, stupid people to do stupid things. So, not to be negative, we'll be positive from now on. I've got a video I'm going to make at another time. But just, I didn't have much else to say. I don't want to talk about anything too in depth. So, peace out. Good luck.